Hi guys, welcome back to Nurse in the Kitchen. Today I want to continue with the series on nursing supervision. I am getting ready to hit the gym. I don't want to miss Zumba today, so I wanted to do a quick video. The first video we did was about what we started the process of sharing with you what I feel it takes to be an effective supervisor. As you know, I'm a nursing supervisor currently in my job, and I have held some other management position, but this is what I'm doing. And remember, a nurse in the kitchen is about learning how to cook, having fun, and also giving you some tips to keep you from burning out. In fact, this week, I saw a video of a physician called Dr. Z-Dog MD. Listen, if you can go on Facebook and search him, he has some great videos. One of the videos I saw this week was about burnout, where he compares burnout, he calls it a moral injury, which is the disconnect between what we as nurses feel is morally right versus what we encounter in the healthcare system on a daily basis, which is in conflict with our moral values. I thought that was really profound. He also refers to nurses as frontline workers. So in a sense, he is making a connection between the nurse burnout and PTSD. And you know, as a medical person, if you look at it, the symptoms of PTSD and nurse burnout, or any, not just burnout, nurse burnout, talk about physician, healthcare worker burnout, which we had a video that has had its own ICD-10 code, which is truly amazing. But if we start looking at this and thinking about it more carefully, I'm hoping that some hospital administrators, managers are looking at those videos and really understanding what the work environment is doing to their employees and why they're spending so much money on recruitment and hiring and training to have people turn around and quit. So I take it as my last life mission to help you find ways to weather the storm so you don't have to quit your job. So as a nursing supervisor, you can also burn out because at the bedside, it's brutal. Being a nursing supervisor is not easy either, okay? So we went over last week about being knowledgeable, understanding the job, what the requirements are. You have to be a resource for your employees, which means if they have a question, you need to try to be the one to give them the answer, correct? It's not just, I tell my nurses, if there is what we call a change in condition, if something is happening with your patient, call me. I'm not saying I know it all, but in a long-term care facility, I pretty much can handle whatever happens. So get your supervisor to be a resource for you. So you need to know. So you need to be strong clinically. And also, let's say there is a problem with a family member. You have to be they are quick to say, let me call the supervisor. You know, it's called passing the buck. They don't want to deal with it, so they call you. So you have to have the know-it-all. You have to be, what's the word I'm looking for? You have to be sensitive enough and to be able to listen to what the complaint is and try to offer solutions. So that's going to be another video where I tell you how to handle that. So you need to be knowledgeable. I also talk about being approachable. Approachable meaning that your employees should feel comfortable coming to you to say, I have a problem. And in my other facilities where I have to say, I had that kind of rapport. But again, in a new facility or as a new supervisor, you have got to be patient. It takes time to develop those relationships, to build those bridges, as I said, where people feel comfortable calling you and say, this is the problem that I have, whether it's personal, patient related, or family related. So be knowledgeable. Also be approachable. And I also wanted to talk about this just a little bit because I know myself, I tend to be a little bit, people say I look a little bit stern sometimes, and I think I have always been careful about my what my facial expression is. I try to smile, even though when I'm in a situation, I'll be, even in the video sometimes I see that I'm frowning. I don't mean to frown. So if you feel that your facial feature is not approachable, work on it and try to say smile. I used to tell my employees when I had the agency, when I went to a training about customer service, it says you can actually put a mirror by the phone, so that and then it's got a big smile thing on it, so that when she picks up the phone, you need to smile in your voice. And that's something I need to work on. Some of my people where I'm working, I hear them picking up the phone, and I'm like, and they're like, they say the unit, and I'm like, oh. We need to say hello, say your name, say where the unit is. If you smile in your voice, the person on the other end can hear it. They can hear the smile in your voice. So be approachable. So today I'm going to go over 3 other points because, again, I don't want to, miss Zumba. Be positive. Again, a smile. Try to find a positive spin on things. Laughter. Create an environment where people are not so stern and they're tight. So you need to be the icebreaker. Maybe whether you come to on your shift, you bring treats. That usually gets people going and smiling. So I try to do that. So be positive. If they tell you a story, they had a really bad day, you listen attentively. Again, that's going to be another one of those skills. Listen actively. So people know that they're being listened to, okay? It takes practice to do that because it's easy to be distracted and transfer that distraction when you're talking to somebody. So be positive, smile, engage people, talk to them, let them hear you laugh. Not too loud, of course, but let it, when you are passing somebody in the hallway, well, hello, good morning. Sometimes they don't answer, but you still say good morning. My motto is kill him with kindness. If I say good morning to you, you don't answer me, it's on you. I've done my thing and I'm moving on. Number 2, be a good listener. I was going to talk about that. You can go to training for like hours when they teach you how to actively listen. What you want to do is to lean in when you're listening to somebody. Not that you want to get in their space, because I get a little bit uncomfortable when somebody gets really right here. But lean in with your head, like you're paying attention. You make eye contact, doesn't mean 100% of the time, but most of the time, you're looking into their eye. You may be looking away for a little bit, and then you go back to looking at them. It lets them know you're paying attention. You have got to be, my other term is be present. You cannot be thinking, seriously, you cannot be thinking about what am I going to cook for dinner when I get home? Or I have to pick up the kids from the daycare. Or I have a pile of laundry that needs to go into the washer. Because that person can read not exactly what you're thinking, but you're not really paying attention. So active listening is a skill. Like I say, lean in. Do some eye contact. Don't stare somebody down. Nod every so often. That's a sign of that you're listening. And also giving some feedback. Oh, really? Oh, wow. Oh, I'm so sorry. Maybe a little frown, showing your interest, cocking, moving your head from side to side. All these things tell the person she's paying attention. She's listening. You're conveying concern. You're conveying that you're listening. You know what? You may think that those little things are not important, but trust me, they contribute to burnout. Let's say you go into your manager's office and you have an issue with your shift or your schedule, and you're talking to her. She picks up the phone. She picks up 3 or 4 calls while you're talking to her. The door is open. People come in and they say, hi, I want to talk to you about the meeting. She's like, oh yeah. She is dealing with 3-4 business issues while you're sitting there in that chair asking for 2 minutes of your time. It is sad. That's why it is so hard to be a manager or a supervisor, because you have so much on your plate, yet you have to find a way to give that person your full attention. It may not have to be for 5 minutes, but for 2 minutes. You listen intently. You take notes of what the concern are. And then if you, let's say you have a meeting in 5 minutes, and then you say, okay, let me see if I understand what you're saying. You write it down and you get confirmation from the person, and you say, you know what? I have to go into a meeting right now, but I promise you I will get back to you. And if you say you're going to get back to that person, make sure you do. Because you lose credibility if you say, I'll get back to you, and you don't. All right? So active listening. Number 3, be a problem solver. Like I said, you have to be the support person. You have to be the go-to person that they feel like when you're in the building, everything's okay. And this is what I work hard at. When they say Maggie's on, I have no problem. I have no concern. And I love that because that makes me feel that they trust me. They trust in my capabilities. And it's not being cocky to say that if there is any situation, you can handle it. All right? Problem solver could be staff to staff issues. Usually I say, all right, guys, we're all grown. I need you to try to work it out. Come up with a solution or 2. Come to me with those. But I'm not going to be the first one to jump in and resolve the issue. I let people, I empower them. Ooh, that's a big word. I empower them to take care of their own issues. If I need to get in, I'll step in, but give them ownership of their situation. If it's a family issue, there's a problem. Like I said, the staff will call you and say, oh, I'm going to get the supervisor. And they come and get you. And you go, hi, you shake hands. My name is Maggie. I'm the supervisor. How can I help you? And when they're telling you what's going on, same principle. Listen intently, take notes, frown, cock your head, give a few feedback. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry to hear that. And then when they finish, you say, first you apologize. You know, I know. I'm so sorry. Just a call came in. You say, I'm so sorry. I apologize. Let me see what I can do about that. You own it and you try to find solution. If you take a number and say, I'm going to research this, I will get back to you, by golly, you better get back to her. All right? So whatever the issue is, own it, take responsibility, and offer solutions if you can. If you can't, you say, I'm going to be sure to pass it on to the managers or whatever. When they come back on Monday or tomorrow, they will get back to you. Make sure you are responsible. Keep your word and offer solutions if you can. Because most of the time, really, people want to be heard. They may not expect you to solve whatever the problem is, but they want you to say, oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, I apologize. And that's it. That's basic customer service. It works at the airline counter. It works in the grocery store. It works at the bedside in the hospital and the nursing home. All right, guys? So our 3 points: be positive, be a good listener, be an active listener, and be a problem solver. I'm telling you, if you work on those points, just make it a point. Like I said, you should always be taking notes if this is new material for you. But work on those and try to practice them in the next situation. And I guarantee you it will work. And it will keep your burnout away. I mean, I know there's some things we can't solve every problem, but those are tips that I have found have worked for me. And I'm not burnt out. And one thing again, go work out. All right, I'm going to check out. I hope you have a great rest of the day and the week. I start work tomorrow. And God bless you. I love you. Au revoir. À la prochaine.